It's another beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Saturday to be with you again. And, every Saturday around this time by 12 o'clock, we get to talk about Abuja. And for those of you that stay outside of Abuja, I know that there's something that always brings you around town. So we make sure that we keep you updated on that as well. How is your day going? How is the Naira scarcity, fuel scarcity? What other scarcity are we talking about? But I hope that it gets better with us right now. And I heard in some areas within Abuja, I think we need to address this, that people are rejecting the old Naira notes. But if we are rejecting it, we don't have enough of the new one. I think that's some kind of justification for you not to refuse that. Besides, the federal government is looking at how to fix those issues. So you shouldn't reject the old Naira notes. Okay, it's still a legal tender in Nigeria, so let us make the most of it. So how are you doing, Abuja? How are you doing its environs? And if you are using the app to listen to us, we're so glad that you're doing that right now. My name is Del, and a few weeks ago we had a guest in the studio to discuss entrepreneurship in Abuja. I still have that's some of the things he said resonate in my mind. And that day we requested for him to return right here so that we can thrash some of these issues. And we're so glad to have him. Victor Praise Dixon is here. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Dale. Thank you for having me again.
We're so glad that you decided to come and not...
Do I have an option? I don't have an option. You don't come to a beautiful place, enjoy the ambience, and then you're asked to come again. They say, I think someone said that when the music is good, play it twice.
Play it twice.
So when the visit is good, you visit again.
So something happened after you're coming and leaving and all of that, which is part of what I want us to look at today. When you were talking during the last time, you mentioned that entrepreneurship is when people see opportunities and, they make the most of it. So it's like solving a problem. And we have right here, before we go into the discussion for today, we have the issue of the Naira scarcity. And we have, it's like now the world is, we are at the mercy of POS operators and all of that. Would you call whatever amount they added to it, would you call that entrepreneurship as well?
Look, I think the difference is this, is a different of definition.
Yeah.
The question is opportunity the same as suffering? Mm-hmm. When you make money from people's suffering, it's not entrepreneurship. That's the whole idea. I think that there's a difference to it. You have to balance it.
You have to balance it, exactly.
The word opportunity simply means that someone has a problem, right?
Yeah.
That needs to be solved.
Exactly.
Right. So you solve the problem and you collect money.
Yeah.
But this is a problem that is human. It's a problem that has to do with stress. Yeah. It's like you don't want to go through stress to do this, but I would go through the stress to do it for you. Yeah. Then you pay me.
That's right.
But the Naira issue now is a game of suffering.
It's a game of suffering, actually, because
people are suffering.
Outrageous.
So you have that challenge you're going through to raise your own money to be able to say, okay, let me access it. You've not done anything wrong.
Yeah.
It is your money. You just need that the money electronically is somewhere.
Yeah.
You need someone to convert it because the federal government is making a lot of policies that need, have different dynamics to it.
Yeah.
And so because of that multi-dynamics, a lot of things are not going as smoothly as you expect. You have multi-dynamics on one side, you have human, weakness and challenges on the other side. So a lot of things are happening. So people are suffering as a result of this too. And then you want to now make money from their suffering. That's no longer a business.
Because I went to get some money for a POS on last Sunday. And it was, I said I wanted, I think it was 10,000. And he said, I'm paying 3,000 for it. So I said, 3,000. I said, well, okay, is it not too much? And he said, do you know how much I've suffered? And I was like, really, like our money actually pay for your suffering,
like someone said before, we normally have foreign currency. Now we have domestic foreign currency.
I'm telling you, and we have exchange rate.
New Naira note now is what you call domestic foreign currency.
It's really sad, but I think that we should put that into some kind of consideration. Now, part of the things that we discussed last time you were here, you made a very profound kind of comparison, and that stuck with me. And that comparison was between doing a business in Lagos and Abuja. And you said something. You said it used to be, even though you said it's changing, where in Lagos it's what you know, and in Abuja is who you know. And you said, but the narrative is changing. Now, looking at the narrative changing. Would you say that there are types of business that, you know, if somebody wants to venture into, you should consider Abuja over other places now?
Location also have some benefits.
Yes,
when,
that's
you
what I'm
know,
trying to say.
Yeah, location have some benefits when it comes to entrepreneurship. But largely speaking, because we're in a global community,
Yes.
all those benefits are not as pronounced as before.
Yeah.
It is, for instance, if you want to be in, say, in export business, for instance, where out of the entire value chain of export, your major concern, it has to do with container clearing and forwarding.
Yeah.
You see, in that context, you may need where there is water by the side. You may need to, you know, what do you call it, need a shipping dock to be able to have your business close to it. However, there are people too who are some of the big companies and brands that are clearing containers and forwarding and shipping and the rest of them. Some of them are in Kano. And there is no water there. You understand?
Right.
So more or less it's about how you build your structure and your system. The bottom line is that, do you have a place where someone has a problem and the person is willing to pay for the services? As long as you, what do you call it now, there are needs, there are pains. It's like saying somebody making money from someone who is near death. At that point, it's like you're no longer a human being. It's like your concern is, I'll make money on someone's blood. That's the real meaning of the word blood money. As in, I need to destroy someone to make money. Then that one is not business at that point. That one is clear criminality. That's extortion and the rest of them. But a mutual understanding where I know that you have needs and, you know, I need to help you solve that needs, and then I'm being paid in return. That's where you're talking about business. And there's a thin line where you balance that. There's a morality that balances it. There's a care for humanity that balances it. There's a human connection that balances it. In fact, I heard of a guy that was having such issues. I just turned, and he was feeling so proud about it. I know some of them have their own challenges of how they access the money. But the thing I just told the person was, how you will know what you're doing is so bad is one day you'll be in need of a particular service. And someone will want you to cry blood to be able to get that service. That is the day you realize the depth of the wickedness involved. So you don't make money with wickedness, because ultimately, what most people don't know is this: ultimately, the concept of entrepreneurship, why it is different from business, is that business has profit as one of its most major drive, but entrepreneurship has humanity as one of its major drive. So in the whole concept of entrepreneurship is that you can make money and destroy an environment. You don't make money and destroy a people. That's actually what makes entrepreneurship what it is. That's why it's being lifted above business. The entirely, if you notice before, business was business, simple. So you now ask yourself, what exactly is the difference between entrepreneurship and business?
Exactly.
It was just the logic that at the point we were doing business, it was more or less like a Sherlock concept, which I will make money at all costs. But entrepreneurship is saying, look, if you make money and the environment suffers, and you make money and another human being suffers in the process, then there's a problem. You're not really making money.
So I can actually say that if in entrepreneurship, a customer comes to buy this and I say this quality is different from this quality, and you tell them, if you buy this it won't last, if you buy this it would last. Would that be the kind of idea for, you know, somebody that's into entrepreneurship, since you mentioned humanity? Or in what sense would that be?
Now, in the sense that if you notice, anytime you hear the word an entrepreneur, you always hear they create and develop something. If you notice, key word you always hear is innovation. Creativity. The reason is that there's a problem. Human beings are suffering because of this problem. So I am out to solve it. So the reward you get out of it now is what the name, the fame, and everything that comes with it.
Business don't care.
That's why, in fact, to be honest with you, if you go deep into entrepreneurship, the first thing they will tell you is that to be an entrepreneur, you must believe in social good first before you become an entrepreneur. And that's why, if you notice, one of the key words people start describing entrepreneurship is the word compassion. Passion, which comes from compassion, which means love for humanity. So I'm going to, bring out my love for humanity by providing a value or a service. Humanity in return will now pay and celebrate me. So that's how the thing goes. I give you service and value, you pay and then celebrate me. That's how the logic goes. So as an entrepreneur, at every point in time, you cannot destroy the people for which you are asking for them to reward you. Because if they do that, because what makes a good business, the logic of a good business or a good entrepreneurship venture is what they call customer that returns. It's like called return purchase, meaning you don't buy from me once. You need to come to buy from me again and
That's
again,
right.
again. That's what brings your sustainability.
Exactly.
So if I destroy you in our first transaction, how do you come back?
Aha. Exactly.
Go check. Most people who are doing this extortion through this, POS, people don't go back.
Yeah.
They only come to you because they are frustrated.
Yeah.
So if anyone does a business with you out of frustration, be rest assured. If the person sees an opportunity, what you call a business, the person will bring it down. Because as far as they're concerned, you are not a value to them.
Yeah.
You understand? You destroy them to make. So if, for instance, there's a government discussion, or maybe there's a community discussion, should you have your POS business? And then all the people you have extorted, rest be assured. Just imagine them, what will happen.
Means that POS will be out of
You are
the
out
scene
of it.
totally.
They will just say,
Yeah.
you go, you
No,
stay,
exactly.
you go, you stay.
Yeah.
And people will think it's wickedness.
Yeah.
But it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's just only that they are saying cumulatively, this person was good, was a human being when things were tough.
Yeah.
But this one was wicked when things were tough. So at the end of the day, when decisions start counting, you hear this person should leave our environment.
With what you're saying now, I think I had an experience. Was it last year where I went to board a taxi somewhere, and somebody was standing beside me, and he said, "I will never enter this man's taxi." That he has said it over. So he said it's better he wastes time and wait for the next one
Than enter this
that
person.
enter this person. That's
And
the
be rest
man-
assured,
yeah.
that's not his belief alone.
Yeah.
He will spread it across.
Exactly.
So after
he said
a
it
while,
in front of me, and I was doubting. Like, if not, because I was in a hurry, I would have considered the option of not taking boarding
so
that taxi as
imagine
well.
now, after a while,
Yeah.
people have issues around with that man.
Exactly.
What do you think would be the vibe towards the man? So the person business goes down.
Yeah.
You don't make money when people are in tears. That's the rule.
Yeah.
You don't. You don't. Immediately you do that, then it's like even the universe will come against you. In fact, most times you make that money, the universe will create a hole for you in your own life. You just notice somebody make good money and then become sick.
Yeah.
You take the money
Yeah.
and go and invest in the sick
Yeah.
in the hospital.
Yeah.
I've always told people, okay, I say most people will say a lot of people are sick in Nigeria. I agree. But to be honest with you, most of the reason why people are sick in Nigeria is a crazy world. Go find out. Are because of certain things we do on how to get money.
Yeah.
You can't break the universe and you think the universe won't come after you.
Yeah.
Give it time. It will come.
Yeah.
So that's why you see some people, even most of our big politicians, go check them. Their children are on drugs. The whole money they took, for most of them whose hands are dirty, they invested treating their children. So at the end of the day, because
Or sometimes even themselves.
even in themselves.
Yeah.
So most of this thing, most people don't understand that the universe is so designed. The first concept of the word automation is the universe.
Yeah.
The universe is the first automated entity. So I don't need to pray when you cheat me. No. The universe knows you cheated me. And the universe will structure something out to play it out on me. So I don't need to. So when I hear people shout, pray, this person's cheated me, God punish that, you're wasting your time. The universe kept record.
There's a rule.
There is a rule.
Yeah.
The universe has kept record. So entrepreneurship is a make money through value, not make money through extortion. Two different concepts.
Make money through value and not extortion. All right, so if you want to be part of the program today, the last time we couldn't get the chance to hear from you as our listener, so we want to start early today. So you can start sending your text messages or WhatsApp messages or voice notes. Okay, please, you can do that on 09097054450. 09097054450. You can also send your text messages to 09087668888. That is 09087668888. So we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we will continue the discussion with Victor Prince Dixon right here, talking about entrepreneurship in Abuja. And I would like to leave, or maybe when you return, to answer this question. Somebody has seen a problem, right, in this Abuja, and they really want to solve the problem, but the issue of capital. So we're going to talk about that when we return. So you should stick around. My name is Dell.
Yeah, Dr. Smith. Okay. When no walker and I'm killing some. Bula. Bula, let's go. Right, that's the money from Madara. Baba, I can see the camera. Bula, that's the money hanyoyi iri iri. I can see the camera. Bula, like some of our politicians. Come on, come on, get a lima in the boy in the sick of the pulla. Because I beat to my games, sick is over when I don't like I never think of the sick of pulla, sick of the name of the African become a mura. Cause I'm living inside. But to get up with the tricky buckle is up to the Pukayana from the Puka. Kula yomi suna mutu wana tututuka ina what the killer. Muna mane sike de wayon dilla. Corruption, the poverty is moving like a breeze, and I hope you got a trees, nigga. The fashion big cheese is running with it overseas, and I hope you got my trees. The rich is getting richer, but the pover's getting poor, so I hope you got my dreams. Yeah, I'm busy dala ba abinci ga ciki kamar an dinka da masalla, amma na musike ci kamar masba'u da wasila. Allah ne ya ce masira ya basu batan basira, kidi iri suke shiri ballaki tallaki buga musu ke kamar mandiri. Mu gyara gaba saboda gaba don a ci gaba. Say the truth for the time, say the truth for the time. Wait, that's a mana pom madara baba ka suka gaya mana. Wait, that's a mana hanyoyin sinari suka gaya mana. But if you lie like some of our politicians, kema kana kema ki dauka hoto a sakatariya wai gidan ubanki. You place from your head to your toes, see the post, see the phone, Michael Jackson. You did for just when they call you for phone, say you did for Abuja. You did for hotel, you did post on Facebook, say home sweet home. Everlasting different category, got to live in the French capital territory, you trip a laboratory, telling the super story, you living like Teletubby, you funny like Teletubby. They say cigarette doesn't exist, but I call monkey the one, but when they drop for no job, forget a man. You're telling us lies, every now and then, you fly to Dubai, every now and then. The virus nake chaka, suke so su mallaki, duk abin da talaka ya mallaka ga sama kaman halalaka, wallahi talaki ba su da sadaka, nace ba su da sadaka, mun yi shi kaman dawo da an daka, masu bindiga suna kashe mu duka, baba boy face masaka, ubangiji Allah ka tamaka, domin kai ne karfin talaka. Wai, that's mana pompom madara, baba ka suka gaya mana. Ku zabe ni zan muku hanyoyi iri haka suka gaya mana. If you lie like some of our politicians, kema kana kema wait, that's mana pompom madara, baba ka suka gaya mana. Ku zabe ni zan muku hanyoyin sinari suka gaya mana. If you lie like some of our politicians, kema kana yeah, my life adventure was like an act of execution, almost a suffocation, as crucifixion, horrible was a puzzle like just supposed to spend the days of my life like a surfer for slave, wrestle the boss to try to survive in the ghetto. I ain't devil, looking for way to get out of my poverty, misery, soul and mystery, busting out of my history, leaving on stage to get shit in life in my country. A lot of dead bodies dying and lying in cemeteries. Be the change that you wanna see, be the light that you wanna see. Do you need a change? So you gotta be, you better be the light that you wanna see. The government, the people, everybody please, be the change that you wanna see. Be the light that you wanna see. You better be the change that you wanna see. That's a mother pop madara baba ka suka gaya mana. Ku zabe ni zan muku hanyoyin sinari suka gaya mana. If you lie like some of our politicians, kema kana lima. Wait, that's a mother pop madara baba ka suka gaya mana. Ku zabe ni zan muku hanyoyin sinari suka gaya mana. If you lie like some of our politicians, kema kana lima.
2.3 Abuja.
So if we want to be the change that we want to be, then we have to start from ourselves. That is Lyrical Dr. Smith with Bula. All right, so it's a Hausa song in case you're wondering what he's saying there. But then bottom line, let's be the change that we want to see. It is still Abuja, I know, right here on Eagles 102.3 FM, and we're talking about entrepreneurship in Abuja. And we have our guest is still in the studio. We are discussing the second part of this discussion. And before we went on that musical, I said we will discuss somebody has seen a need, and the person is wondering how he will be able to, solve that problem. And we have the issue of capital.
Yes. A very, very important question, like
Yes.
you said. And I agree with you, yes. But you see, most times, the challenge with one of the weakness of the black skin is ignorance. As in, people
Tell me about it.
Entirely, if you look at the entire history of black people, you will hear so many dynamics, so many different concepts and principles to it. But the most consistent one you'll find out at the bedrock is to make an African man consistently stay ignorant. Because the thing is that the more ignorant you are, the more a victim you become.
Yeah.
It's just a simple black thing.
Yeah.
So coming back to your key question, Abuja, you see a business, but the problem is capital. Now, it's because of lack of ignorance that's usually the problem. Ignorance is the first thing that will not let you know that the first concept or the first capital is not money.
Okay.
It is when you don't know,
Yeah.
you think the thing to start a business with is money.
Yeah.
And so that's why the discussion such as I saw a good opportunity, but there was no money to run the business. Go check any important person that have built anything worthwhile. Money wasn't the number one because there are different kind of capital. So you have to check what capital are you talking about. And money falls almost the number 5th. That's to tell you the funny part.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
really. Simple sense. The first one is this. The first capital is an idea.
Okay.
An idea. Simple.
Yes.
Okay, and the simple logic is this. You always hear people tell you, "Woni na de kai ba hula, woni na de hula ba kai."
Yeah.
Fine. So in the simple concept of an idea, it simply says that any idea you bring will either need a kai or a hula or a kai and a hula.
Yeah.
You understand the
Yeah.
concept? So any idea you have which is a problem that needs to be solved, there are people who are wondering how that problem can be solved. Some of them have the money. Some of them have the connection. So some have money, but they don't know how to develop idea.
Yeah.
So immediately you have an idea, if you can connect with the person that have money, about business,
Exactly. Business have started.
it has
really.
started.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Yeah.
Then the second part of your capital
Yeah.
is time. Most people don't know. Look, time is more important than money. Most people don't know. In fact, the reason Nigeria is
I agree.
suffering is because we turn it the other way around.
Yeah.
We made money to be important more than time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any sensible person in the world knows that it is better they lose money than you play around with their time.
I agree.
Play with people time, they have lost everything.
Exactly.
Both purpose and everything is inside time.
Yeah.
So most people have good opportunities they see, but they don't have a time to do it. That's why the worst thing that can happen to you is to be over busy. Check most people who tell you they see good opportunity and they can't run it. One of the common things you see around them is they are very, very busy.
Yeah.
You ask them, wife, excuse
Sorry.
me, I would have done it, but the thing is that I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do this. At the end of the day, because what time does is this: time gives you the opportunity to sit down, reflect on what to do. But you don't have time to sit down and reflect. How will you understand what to do? How will you even recognize the fact that you have something in your Sokoto, but you're going to Sokoto to look for it? Because most of the time, 80% of the time, what people tell you they are looking for, they have, but they don't know. Because they are too busy to sit down and even look around. Their eyes is just everywhere. The second one is people. If you remember when we were discussing earlier on,
Yes.
what I established, that in
Yes.
Abuja, the person you know.
Yes.
So if that is true and which you know is true, so it simply means if you have an idea, there is somebody you will know that will help you make that idea to come up. So, but most people really don't know how to know people because there's a science to how to know people.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, any dream you have, any vision you have, ideally, you're supposed to have 3 to 5 people that will take you there. If I want to go to Aso Rock today,
Yeah.
ideally, there are 3-5 people that will take me to Aso Rock. How do I meet those people? How do I connect to those people?
Good question.
I'll say some things that will shock you. Have you realized that one of the most thriving business in Abuja is tea spot?
Yes.
And you think it's because of the tea? No. Because that is where the real discussions
Meeting
happen.
spot.
Thank you. It's not tea. Tea is just an excuse.
Wow.
So people come, sit down there, take the best decision on what they will do. You are at the office waiting, but they have discussed it on a tea.
Wow.
So at the point you go, they tell you somebody have taken the contract. And because they say employment has been taken. And you say, but I've been coming to the office.
Yes.
I put my, proposal since. No, somebody took that proposal to a tea joint. Because at the tea point, you're dealing with a human being. At the office, you're dealing with a title holder.
Yeah.
Two different understanding.
Wow.
The connection is different. The linkage is different.
This is interesting. Please, I would love, I would love for you to just lend your voice. I don't want us to, get to a point where we would need to rush the conversation. So you can join the conversation. You have any questions that you want to ask Mr. Victor Prince Dixon in the studio? 090-8766-8888. 090-8766-8888. You can also reach us on 090-9705-4450. 090-9705-4450. And our third line, 090-7353-0044. If you try any of the numbers and it's not going, you could try the other one, 090-7353-0044. And if you want to see us, we're live right now on Facebook, so you can go to Eagles FM Abuja and see us. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Actually, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram right now. If you want to watch us live, we are live right there. So you can send your questions, and if you want to contribute on the program, you can also go ahead. All right. So looking at the issue of, now we know that it's supposed to be not money first.
No money. Money is a consequence. Ideally, you're not supposed to chase money. You're not supposed to go after money.
Yeah.
You do things, money will come.
Sometimes you find that one of the challenges, right, is people don't know about what I do.
Bula.
So you hear people say, I've been doing this for all this while, and I don't know how to be able to, discuss or advertise the thing. I don't have money to advertise on radio and all of that. So how do I get to promote?
That's why I said bula, because again, another consequence of ignorance. Look, anything you're going through because you're ignorant is not a problem. You decide to choose that disease, so you bear it. That's why I use the word bula.
Okay.
Anything you go through, because the thing is this: knowledge solves problems. So, and that's knowledge is what gives birth to what you call capacity, capitals. So anything you can do, anything anybody says and they can't do, the next option is get a knowledge for it. And if you can't get a knowledge for it, then the problem is yours. There's anything anybody can do. The worst you can do is that you can get people who empathize with you, people who are sorry with you. They will sorry to you until you grow old, and nothing will change. Unfortunately, that's a problem most Nigerians are falling into. They like people who tell them, hey, yeah, sorry, hey, yeah, I understand. The government things are very bad. Hey, yeah. But some people were told, hey, yeah, in Jonathan government. They're telling them, hey, yeah, in Buhari government. But rest assured, they'll still tell them, hey, yeah, life won't change. Because they are more concerned in being feel sorry for than in taking the action to change the challenge they are facing. So, you and I know that there are people that, despite all the challenge we were talking, will spend like 3 to 5 hours online following gossip.
Actually.
So question, if those people dedicate that same 1 hour instead of following gossip and decide to gossip about themselves, what do you think is gossip? People are making money out of gossip, right or wrong?
True. You're right.
Linda Ikeji, she's making money out of gossip.
Yeah.
Fine. She organize it, and that becomes gossip. Is that not? And she calls it a business today. Fine. So the context at the end of the day is that you spend 3-4 hours online daily, and you have a problem sparing 1 hour to talk about what you do, then
there's a problem.
That's why I call it bula. I just don't know what else to say.
All right. So I remembered somebody was listening to us the last time you were here, and I received a message. I think he was listening on YouTube. And he said that sometimes that the challenge is sometimes you need a location, right? And that with the issue of rent in Abuja, that affording to pay for a place is actually a challenge for him. So would you connect it to the issue of social media as well and promoting?
Again, bula. Because look at it. See, let me explain something about Abuja for you.
Yes.
People say Abuja is expensive. Abuja is not expensive.
Yes.
Abuja is not expensive.
It's not?
Yes. Abuja is not expensive.
How so?
Yes, I'll explain to you. You see, again, that was why I said the thing is, most people speak out of ignorance. Let me explain to you how Abuja is. If you sit down and look at Abuja entirely, concept, and when you know Abuja here, we're talking about FCT, which means that expanded, communities.
Exactly.
Fine. If you're earning anything below 100,000, there is a place, an environment for that.
I agree with
If
you.
you're earning anything below 200,000, there's an environment for that. If you're anything below 500,000, there's an environment for that. All of these things are broken to the point that there are certain people who, I'm not using the word earning now because I'm changing a language now. At that point, I can access as much as 10 million naira, 20, 30, 40 million naira per month. There's an environment for it. And when you mean environment, I mean house, restaurant, food, hospitals, and everything for that. Now, this is where the problem is. People don't respect themselves. You come into Abuja.
Yes.
Your earning power is 100,000. You decide to go and meet people who their earning power is 1 million naira.
Yes.
For God's sake, why wouldn't
What
be?
do you expect?
What do you expect? You respect yourself,
yeah.
and then you can walk on climbing the ladder. You might know that I know that the best of what I can earn is below 200,000 and above. Stay in a 200,000 and above environment and tell yourself, but I'm giving myself a target. In the next 6 months, 1 year, I'm moving. I want to go to. Then you now ask yourself, people who are in that environment, what do they do to earn the money they do? Learn from it. And then improve and move there. That is growth. That's what is called growth. But the problem is that most people don't know how to respect themselves. You wake up, you don't earn up to 100,000, and you want to go to a restaurant that sells an average plate of food for maybe 15, 20,000, and then you go around making noise.
And sometimes we consume it on a daily. Not just.
You are not sitting down to calculate yourself. So that is where the problem is. Most people don't know how to, sit within the circle of where they belong to. If you leave the water that is above your level, it's like swimming pool. Swimming pool, if you enter, it goes, as it's going, it's getting deeper. Sensible people know that stay in a place that waist deep. You will not drown. But you now wake up and say you go to the far end and tell everybody how nice, and then you come and jump into blue, and then next thing they say somebody's drowning. Do you blame the water?
At all.
No, you blame the person jumping into the water. So it's the same thing with Abuja. If you come to Abuja, sensible people stay within a place you can work with, then grow. Develop yourself, connect, make relationship, build ideas. There are people who stay in a small place, build good ideas, get money, move. People like that will never tell you Abuja is expensive. That's the rule of life.
You're right. All right, we'll take a musical break. You can still be part of the conversation. 09073530044. That is 09073530044. Or 090-8766-8888. 090-8766-8888. Our WhatsApp line, you can send a voice note or a text message or a WhatsApp message on 090-97054450. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for calling. Please tell us your name and location.
Thank you for speaking my call. My name is Aliyu.
Hi, Aliyu. Good to hear from you.
Thank you hear from you.
All right. Go ahead, Aliyu.
I'm into the business of buying scrap irons, electronics, in short, scrap buying anything iron.
Yeah.
I buy it. The one that is condemned.
Okay.
How do I promote my business?
Okay. So Victor will respond to you shortly.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you too. All right. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. All right, so call us back. The numbers to call 090-7353-0044. That is 090-7353-0044. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. All right, if the line is not clear, you can try our other line. You can try 090-8766-8888. 090-8766-8888. You can also try 090-9705-4450. 090-9705-4450. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, I think we're having network issues, but you can try the other two lines, and please feel free to send a text message as well. We'll read your messages as they come in. Hello, good afternoon. Oopsie, I think I ended the call mistakenly. So please call me back. Sorry about that. I mistakenly ended that particular call. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Your voice is really faint. Can you speak louder?
Yeah, come on, I will call you.
Okay, I can hear you. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Okay. Good afternoon. Hello. All right. So the number I'll play a music while we try to get your calls through. Okay. And as the calls come in, we'll try and just pick them. 09087 668888 09087668888. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thank you for calling.
Hello?
I can hear you. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, please tell us your name and location.
Hello, hello?
Okay. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
I can hear you. Okay, I think it's the network, so we will keep trying and see. Because today we actually agreed that we're going to pick calls. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Thank you for calling. Please tell us your name and location.
My name is Ben from Karishi.
Hi, Ben. Good to hear from you. Go ahead. All right, so we'll take a musical break. Let me just see what's wrong with the line so that we can take your contributions. Hello?
Yes.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
My name is Peter. Yes.
Sorry, I didn't
I'm
get the
calling
name.
from Yes.
Did you
I
say
want to ask
Dita?
a question. And
I think he said Peter.
from
Okay.
what I heard your guest said about living within your reach,
Yes.
or what if you have come along with people and they decide to leave you on the way, and you find yourself where the standard of living is above your level? What will you do?
Okay. All right. So he will respond to your question shortly. All right. Thank you, Mr. Peter, for your question. All right. 09087 668888. Good afternoon. All right. 09087 668888. You can also call 09097 054450. That is 09097 054450. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Thank you for calling.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, please tell us your name and location.
How
Fine, thank you. Who am I speaking with? Please tell us your name. Oopsie. All right, so we'll take a musical break, okay, so that we don't keep going back and forth.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
I can hear you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Fine, thank you. Please tell us your name and then go ahead.
My advice from leadership. Hello?
Go ahead. We can hear you. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Ben speaking.
Yeah. Who are we speaking with?
Huh?
All right, go ahead. Please speak louder. Go ahead and speak louder. Please tell us your name and then go ahead. Okay. So we have people that will always take the lines and always do whatever they want to do. We're used to that. All right, so we have this text message so that we can wrap up the program. We always have that. Good afternoon. You know, when we were small, we used to do that. It's like a comeback time when we used to use the landline and then do our drama. With that. All right, so we have this. Good afternoon. I am Aliu, the person that just called you. I want to clarify the nature of my business. We buy scrap iron, aluminium, copper, and all condemn and electronics. Okay, so what he's still asking is what can be done about it, because we don't have much time again. So he's talking about how to be able to promote that business.
Yeah. First of all, let's start with one. I do not know the full legality of that business, and I will explain to you why. You see, especially the TV part of it, all those electronic part. Most of those things are even though they are sports, they are actually biohazard to some extent.
Okay.
They carry some health issues.
Oh. Okay.
And sometimes certain countries, I don't know our laws for it presently, but some countries also banned, indiscriminate, deposit of it, for the purpose of health reasons, because some of these things sometimes have some emission, and if you are not a professional in the field, you really will not know. True. For you, what you see is a scrap TV, but you don't understand that particular TV you're seeing is emitting certain very health hazards. So sometimes that part, I don't know the entire logic behind it. So the first thing I always ask anybody is that if you want your business to grow as much as possible, try to do legal business, legalize the business, so that it gives you room to do anything you want to do with the business. That's number one. Then, having said that, then moving forward, the whole meaning of the word social media is this. People get it wrong. They get it confused. Social media is not a place to come and gossip about yourself. It's a place for business. Forget what people say. It's like a town hall meeting where you come to tell us what you do. Now, the more you tell us what you do, anytime we have a conversation anywhere, it's easy to remember you. Del, you agree with me that sometimes it's just the fact you just post, I was on a shoot. Yeah. And then you walk away.
Exactly.
1 year after, someone calls you.
True.
Come and do a job for me. Why? Because the noise is so much. Sometimes people forget. People meet so much. They forget people. They forget names. They forget what you do. What social media does, it reminds people what you do, what you're doing. And the challenge with work is this. If you tell me, because most people are not consistent, because they jump around in their professionalism and the value. So what they do on Monday is different from what they do on Tuesday and what they do on Thursday. So someone asked me about you, Del. Instead of me to say, let me talk to the next thing, that I don't know. The last time I met her, she was. You understand? So what social media does, when you put this thing on your Facebook, you put it on your WhatsApp, you put it on your Twitter, you put it on LinkedIn and everything, what it does is that you're constantly reminding me that you see that thing I told you I was doing, I'm still doing it. And do you know what? I'm getting better at it. So when an opportunity comes, I remember. Sometimes you pass through a street in Abuja, you see somebody post, say, do you need a welder?
Yes. You
see, as local as that thing is, one day you are in need. Somebody calls. And this is without taking money. Do you understand?
So talking about without taking money, you have given us so much wisdom, but do you actually train people for this? Like, do you give some kind of training for that?
That's my work.
It is my work.
This is my work. It's like, you see, the thing is this.
Yes.
When you give value to a level, it becomes abundant that you can even give it. Absolutely. You understand? At a point in time, just for the good of everything. My key work is coaching and consultancy.
Oh, wow.
And like I put is this, I solve problems for a living. So I help you solve even his basic problem, we solve it. Complex problem, I'll help you solve. Then wicked problem, I'll help you solve it. Anyhow you go about it. Bottom line. But I want to quickly add something someone said that was very deep, and I didn't want us to rush. I think it's my brother Peter. He said, what if you come along with people in Abuja and then they leave you along the line? What do you do? The only thing I'll say is that there is no shame in starting afresh. When a human being starts remembering and thinking that they are your God, no human being is a God, no matter how they help you. So if it gets tougher, very simple, bend low. You understand? That's why they say sometimes when you fall, there's nothing wrong in staying there for a while. You are asking yourself, why did you fall? Maybe you were dependent on someone, and so that's why when they leave you along the line, you go crash. But he have taught you one lesson: nobody say God, don't over depend. The bottom line: humble yourself. See the little savings you have, the little persons that are willing to help you. Start from there and rebuild again. So that's what I would tell Mr. Peter.
All right. So in the spirit of entrepreneurship, if you want Victor Dixon's phone number, you are going to get it through me. But Victor Dixon, you are going to give me percentage for every consultant.
But you see, you just solve a problem, and you're making money out of it.
I'm going to connect you. So if you're listening to the program right now, just send me a text right now, and I'll forward his phone number to you because we don't have much time again. And please, when you do that, so that I'll get my percentage, tell him you got it from Dell.
In fact, I think I will do this. I will do this.
All right.
I think there's a big program coming.
Okay.
A business training program.
Yes.
I won't mention the name now.
Yeah.
But there's a big training program coming.
Okay.
As long as you're a listener of this station.
Yes.
And you've been following.
Yes.
I'll give some tickets.
Oh.
But only on this program.
Okay. Awesome.
Only on this program.
All right.
I'll give you the details that comes with it.
So as it approaches,
definitely.
we'll give the listener the information. But if you need his number immediately for anything at all, just send me a text and I will definitely forward that to you. Okay. And all right, so lots of calls are coming in, but unfortunately this is how much we'll be able to take. And then I'm sure that Eagles FM will give you some consideration for maybe interview towards that program, so that you can take.
I will be very glad,
so that
because
maybe
the truth demo is that Abuja is ripe for good business and entrepreneurship.
I agree.
So let's make it work.
Let's make it work. Let's make it work. So if you're listening, let's make it work. Let's own this city. This is where we ramp up for today on. And thank you so much, Victor Dixon, for coming.
Anytime. I'm grateful.
And if you missed any part of the show, you can go to Eagles FM Abuja on Facebook and YouTube, and you'll watch the video of today's program. And you can drop your comments there as well. This is where we wrap up on the Abuja I Know, and of course on Weekend Drive, the Saturday's edition. I am so glad that you listened and your contributions, and please let us enjoy the rest of the day. We're expecting Victor, that is sports minister, to be here. So while we do that, we give you beautiful music to enjoy your Saturday. My name is Dell.